KTAR, Eyes on Parenting.
Kids these days, am I doing enough? Am I doing too much? This is KTAR's Eyes on Parenting. I'm Corbin Carson. Today I'm joined by Dr. Cara Christ. Good to have you on again.
Thank you.
We are talking about your now infamous or famous Infant to Work program. Tell me all about how that got started.
Absolutely. So it started back in 2001 as a breastfeeding program. So moms that had had babies that wanted to continue breastfeeding were allowed to bring the babies to work. That morphed into all moms, whether you were breastfeeding or not, and eventually dads, foster parents, and grandparents that have guardianship of their children. So we allow them to bring the babies for the first 6 months of life, and we have seen fantastic benefits with it.
So honestly, give me an idea. You have a child here, you're trying to get some work done. Can people really get work done when there's a baby next to their cubicles screaming?
That's always the question that we get. And you know, when you figure a baby that is 6 months or younger, what do they do most of the time?
Sleep.
They sleep. And so a lot of times they'll be in a bassinet, they may be in the stroller sleeping, mom may be carrying them in a baby carrier, but for the most part they're quiet. The reason we limit it to 6 months is that's when they start crawling, they start getting a little noisier, they start needing more independence. And then that's when we require them to retire from the program.
And have you seen, I know you were the original agency that kind of brought this program to bear. Have you seen like an uplift in the office morale, that sort of thing? People just, oh, baby.
Yes. So there is a huge morale lift when a baby is around. People are very positive. It creates stronger relationships than just being a coworker. You know, I had a baby. 2 of my 3 kids went through the program. And people ask about my babies. They've held my babies. They've comforted my babies. They know them, and still 2 to 5 years later, they're still sending little notes and gifts home and wondering how they are. That's a different bond than just going and working in a cubicle next to somebody.
Awesome. So we had Governor Doug Ducey here talking about the program as well, and he had mentioned in his State of the State he plans to expand this to other state agencies, if not all state agencies. What do you hope comes out of this? Where do you see this going for moms and dads in the future?
Well, there's a lot of public health benefits that you get from being able to bond with your baby longer and to breastfeed. We know that breastfeeding, you know, for a longer period of time promotes less obesity, less respiratory disease. There's a lot of public health benefits. We're hoping that everyone in the state will have this as a potential tool. It's a great recruitment tool. It's a great employee retention tool. You know, when you have a workforce that is having babies, you don't want to lose them because they don't want to come back to work. You get them back to work sooner, they're happier, and they're not afraid to leave their baby with a stranger or at a daycare.
And plus the bonding too. I mean, from the parent side of it, you get a little more time to bond with your child.
Absolutely.
What do you see the private sector catching on to this maybe?
We would hope so, just because there are such huge public health benefits and employee retention and workforce development benefits, that the public sector would take it up. You know, it's just one more tool. We don't require anybody to participate. They can participate as...
You have to bring your baby.
We don't do that.
We know you have a baby. No,
but for those moms and dads who, you know, want to use it as part of an option, it's a great opportunity.
What about any jobs that might not be suitable for a new baby at work? I would assume you can't bring a baby to every job.
Absolutely. So even at the department, we have some jobs that probably aren't suitable to bring your baby. You know, we do rabies testing in our rabies lab, and we run the state psychiatric hospital where we provide direct care. Those aren't appropriate environments. So what we'll do is we'll work with the employee, see if we can find alternative placement, alternative scheduling to allow them to do it for the 6 months and then return them back to their position.
Awesome. Congratulations. What a cool program.
Thanks.
There you have it. This has been KTAR's Eyes on Parenting. I'm Corbin Carson, father of 4, 1 in college, 1 in high school, 1 in kindergarten, 1 just getting out of diapers. Chances are I'm facing a question you're facing. If so, hit me up on Twitter. Maybe I can help. I'd like to thank Dr. Cara Christ for joining us. We'll see you next time, folks.